again, touching on our fat loss, changing body composition, right? Like if you're not doing the big shit, which requires more neurological stimulation, you're ultimately not going to build as much muscle and or burn enough calories that you want to elicit that fat loss change. So that's why we constantly say like lift heavy, lift heavy, lift heavy, because we want you to put on muscle. We want you to put on size because ultimately, tying this back to last week's episode,
Yes.
increases your resting metabolic rate if you have
Yes.
more muscle. It's all coming together.
We want this. And you know what? If a woman comes to me and they're like, "I'm too bulky." Okay, that's okay. You can think you're too bulky, that's fine. But then we
I
have to
might
do
disagree with you, but like, okay.
well, of course, I'm gonna hype you up and be like, "Yeah, girl, those legs are bulky. We love them." No, but if your legs are too bulky, right, and you don't want bulky legs, okay, that's all right. That's your journey. And what am I gonna do? I'm still gonna make you lift heavy, and I'm still gonna make you do compound lifts. It may not be bigger I may prioritize more upper body compound lifts. I'm still gonna give you lower body compound lifts, like you were saying with your high volume hip thrusts that you like. I might not put those at the beginning. Like you might see a traditional lifting session where the compound lifts are at the beginning and the isolated is at the end. Well, maybe for you, I might actually have you do everything else first and then put hip thrusts at the end because I still want you doing compound lifts, but you just aren't super into them. And so let's just do a couple burnout sets and call it good. And I think that's a totally appropriate way to both auto regulate for a person and also auto regulate for a client if they,
For the goal.
yeah, for the goal.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a good point. Like, if you're finding that you don't want to train something as or like train an area to get as big, like, okay, just shift the frequency at which you change it. And that works opposite too. Like if you have an area that you want to build or lose weight from, you're not going to be able to spot reduce, but you can increase the frequency of that area. Like if you want your to build your core, which I think you have had this realization recently and it has infected me too, which
Mhm.
is I have neglected my core for the last 13 years. I'm like, I don't need to train abs. I do squats. It's fine. But if we want to see visible abs, you have to train them. So now I'm doing 2 or 3 ab exercises a couple times a week. So,
Great. How
yeah,
does your back feel?
great. Fantastic.
You know what? The reason why I started doing more ab work was, like we said, because I wanted to look lean and like hold on tight to the six pack that I got. And I'm not ashamed to say that. Like I was like, I finally have gotten my dream body. I may have starved myself unhealthily from a breakup to get there, but now I know the healthy ways to maintain it and stay here. And I think that adding more core work actually started off as like body image and aesthetics. And then I've kept it around and adjusted the movements I'm doing because of the performance enhancement and because of how much better my back and even my hamstrings feel when my core is more engaged. Like I actually feel like when I'm doing like bench press or like shoulder press, I actually feel more stable in my core so I can push harder and heavier. And so we're not saying skip out on the crunches. We're just saying know why you're doing them.
Yes. Yeah. It's like form and function come before physique at this point.
Yes, and so I'll do, like, hanging knee raises for, like, lower core pelvic floor engagement, and then I'll do cable crunches for, like, the top abs, and then
Hmm.
I'll do, like, a Russian twist or side plank for obliques, and then obviously we're doing a variety of posterior chain stuff for everything else, but, I mean, you can treat every single movement like a core movement and get a ton out of it. Like, I'm bracing my core when I'm doing a dumbbell press as much as I'm doing when I'm like, a hanging knee raise.
Totally.